Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to the book reading session of my first book, which is called First Time Flyer, and it's a collection of short stories. Before we dive into the book reading session, um, I will speak a little about what inspired me to write the book. So first and foremost is definitely I read a lot. I've been reading since the time I received my first prize in class 9. Obviously it's very late for receiving a prize, but yes, I did. And that was a book. And since then I started reading. And since then it's my reading journey which continued. But obviously, after marriage, after starting with my job, so I started my job in 2010. I qualified as a chartered accountant and then I moved to Delhi. So I belong to Kolkata. I was born and brought up there. I moved to Delhi in 2010 and then started my first job as a chartered accountant with Ernst Young in its audit department. So obviously after starting with my job and then getting married, there are things that we tend to lose track of. But I would give credit to my husband because he's the one who always motivated and inspired me to keep up with my habit, and that's obviously reading. So again, I'm a reader, but he would pick the books for me. He's not a reader, but he would
ये
pick the
पढ़
books
के
for
आपको
me.
सुनाती हैं क्या? जस्ट बता देती हैं पूरा समरी.
I insist him on reading my stories and then provide feedback. Obviously, he's the one who would read the first draft and then he would tell me what needs to be changed, what's not looking okay, what is good.
क्या
And,
बात है, क्या बात है, क्या बात है.
so thanks to him because had it not been him, I would have just lost track of the reading habit and which just stayed with me. That's the inspiration why I write. And then obviously, there's always an urge to do something. And if you feel, if you are confident that you can read, you can write, you can share things with other people so that they read and they get motivated, I think that's the bigger inspiration for me to again continue and do something and bring to life the first book. Thank you. So I've just prepared a cheat sheet because I'm not still very confident talking a lot without reading. I'll start with thanking everybody because life itself is a journey and what all we do is smaller journeys that our life comprises of. So the writing has also been a journey. It took around maybe more than 1.5 years to get this book published. It's been a process, it is a journey, and you cannot journey alone. You need people with you. Everybody would support you. And you need all kind of people, like people who appreciate you, people who criticize you, people who are with you, and people who leave you at various points. So I would like to start with acknowledging people and thanking them. I feel immensely blessed to have so many pair of eyes glued at me right now and eager ears listening to me. And I can't be thankful enough for this. I feel privileged and humbled. Hence, the event inevitably has to start with bowing down in gratitude to the dearest people, and first and foremost on the list will be that one person who brought me to this world, my mom. For this book is a dream that I saw in your eyes as we grew up. So I won't say that she has sacrificed a lot because that will be an understatement. But it's her dream that I now live, and which now I hold with pride in my hands. Thank you, Mom. Then I would like to thank my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. They have always been very, very appreciative and supportive of everything that we have done. It's not just me, but it's everybody in the family. And that is very important. Thank you. Uh, the other very prominent person on my list is my eldest sister, Shweta. She's right here. And she's just like a second mother. She isn't aware maybe, but she has played a pivotal role all through in making this day possible. Had she not scolded us for the right things at the right time, I don't think I would have got anything right at all. So I still remember the day when I appeared for my first chartered accountancy exam, and I came back home. I said, I'm not going for the next exam because I don't think I'm going to clear it. She said, you are failing, right? So just go and give all your exams and fail. That's all. And then I went, I gave my exams, I cleared. First attempt. Thank you. Thank you so much. Of course, my second sister is not present here, but she is as important a part of my journey as my eldest sister is. Both are elder to me. I'm the youngest. I'm the pampered one. And they have spoiled me to bits, but for good purposes. Thank you, Ruchi. Then my brother-in-laws are not here, but then definitely heartfelt thanks to both of them, Dilip and Akash. And my brother-in-law Arvind, who is here. And my favorite person, Shraddha, my sister-in-law. She's more than a sister to me now and a fabulous friend, I would say, in whom I can confide everything. So thank you so much. Thank you both. I would like to thank our Passion Wale family, especially Rajesh sir, and every member of the family who's here, otherwise as well, for being so appreciative and welcoming at all times. I don't think I would have ever been comfortably talking like this had I not been started with them. So I think, sir, thank you so much for every opportunity, for always being so appreciative and so welcoming and warm at all times. Thank you. Thank you everybody from the family. Last but not the least, I would like to thank friends, Punyadi, Rajesh, and everybody who have just stayed with me. They have given a pat on my back when I most needed. And obviously, the critics as well who didn't like my work, who said it was not okay. I couldn't do it, but yes, I've still done it. So thank you everybody. Thank you. So we'll start with the book reading session now, the much awaited part. So, are you all ready to get on board my first book, First Time Flyer, to travel alongside each of the characters as they embark on their outbound journeys? I would request you all to kindly fasten your seat belts as you are about to experience life's inevitable turbulences as it takes unexpected twists and turns caught between a maelstrom of currents and crosswinds. So it's a collection of short stories. I wouldn't be able to read the whole story, but I have picked certain portions from the stories, excerpts from the stories which I'll read out, and hopefully that will make a little sense and convey little messages that the intention with which they were written. So the first story is called A Nasal Affair, and it's about the bond between a daughter and her parents. What I am about to read now will not convey what the story has, but obviously it will bring out the emotions that parents feel for their daughter, and when it's just a single daughter. A Nasal Affair. Kaveri fixed the pallu of her sari, re-centered her bindi with the tip of her index finger, and did a 360-degree round for the umpteenth time in the distressed mirror of her antique dressing table. The house was engulfed in an unquiet silence, except for the intermittent rattling of crockery traveling from the dining area as they clicked with one another while her mother laid them out on the dining table for the evening. Hurried but calculated footsteps were heard climbing up the stairs. The old wood creaked under its effect. It was her father. He came running into her room. Kaveri, the guests must all be arriving in the next few minutes. He gasped for air as he announced. Kaveri smiled at him affectionately and nodded in acknowledgement. Her father came closer and held her by her arms. He smiled at her weakly as he spoke. Are you ready, dearest? But of course you are. This red sari suits you, and these earrings are one of your mother's finest from the collection. Kaveri looked into her father's eyes. The old man edged closer as if to read his daughter's face intently. Here, let me just take another look at my lovely daughter. He fixed his gaze studiously on Kaveri's face. His brows furrowed with deep concern. Profound sorrow replaced the affectionate smile of just a few seconds ago. Kaveri couldn't help but notice how her father's face had wrinkled manifold over the past few years, especially the deep-set 11 between his brows. Father, it's all right. Please do not worry, said Kaveri. The words just slipped out of her lips in a soft voice as she saw her father in a lost state while he pondered over the worries in his head and on his daughter's face. Yes, my beloved daughter, it will be all right. I will send your mother. The old man kissed her daughter's forehead, turned on his heels, and ran out of the door. Kaveri kept looking at the vacant space where his father had stood a moment ago. Forlorn, she sat on the chair at the dressing table and looked at herself in the mirror. She couldn't tell who of the two looked more distressed, the mirror or was it her? What could have caused the daughter and the father so much distress? What was it that led to the old man aging manifold in just a few years? Well, there may be many reasons to name, including one which the story would tell. However, the problem is deep-rooted in our societal system, leading to, or rather I would say, encouraging certain behaviors that are completely unwarranted. And this is why parents of daughters still do worry a lot, in spite of the fact that we as a society have evolved. We do not believe in conforming to age-old established practices anymore, and hence we can't be called too orthodox. But can anyone guarantee this to any parents who is about to give their daughter's hand in marriage into a completely or not very known household? I guess the answer to this is no. Okay, I'll read an excerpt from the second story, which is First Time Flyer, which inspired the title of the book. And this obviously shares a little bit of my first time experience, a flying experience, but not all of it. I'll take a brief moment here and talk a little about myself. I am Anushka. I qualified as a chartered accountant a few months back. Post-qualification, I relocated to Delhi and started working with a reputed audit firm in its statutory audit department. Anything and everything can rattle me easily. I'm nervous and edgy at all times. Whether it's writing an exam, awaiting the results, taking a decision, appearing for interviews, talking with people, traveling alone, giving presentations, or standing at the podium. Everything just has a rattling effect on me. I would rather flee the situation than face a few pairs of eyes fixed on me in a conference room. My hands go cold, my throat goes dry. That's a little bit about me. changed over years, but yes, it was the earlier me, like 10 years back. Now, I assume we all must have had, at some point or other, taken our first flight. It's not as simple as taking a train, right? Things are a tad easy nowadays, but they weren't when I had boarded my first flight, or so I thought. Moreover, traveling alone still knocks me out for a six. Also, with all the technological advancements today, it rattles me all the more now, I would say, I don't consider myself ecstatic. So this is how I tried to avoid a situation where I had to take my first flight. Obviously, it's very difficult to avoid, but you still try your best. So I reached my boss's cabin, and this is how that morning went. Good morning, Lalit. I greeted him heartily, meaning to tell him I had at breakfast. You are scheduled to fly to Jaipur tomorrow. Book yourself an early morning flight, he declared and went back to the task at hand. Fly? I stood dumbfounded. Any doubts? Any questions? He asked from above his gold-rimmed glasses. You mean an aeroplane? I stared at him blankly. How else are you going to fly? Came his sneering comment. Now, I had never traveled in an aeroplane before, ever. The thought alone had knocked me out for a six. Flying alone, and that too for the first time. This had never crossed my mind. Is someone coming along with me on the assignment? I asked, expecting a yes. No, said Lalit. Won't we get a cab this time? I asked, expecting a yes. No, said Lalit. Shall I book a train to Jaipur? I asked, expecting a yes again. No, said Lalit. Should I? Anushka, could you park your questions for later, please? I opened my mouth to ask him something, but decided against it. He had returned to reviewing a file at hand, and all hell had broken loose on me. However, whatever goes inside, you never let that surface at the outside. If you can do that, then that is conquering each and every situation you will often find yourselves in, time and again. As I closed the cabin door behind me, I saw Shweta, my colleague, looking at me, trying to read my face for traces of what had transpired on the other side of the door. I walked to her desk as cool as a cucumber, and this sudden shift confused her. What happened? She asked. Nothing much. I'm flying to Jaipur tomorrow morning. I spoke like I fly every week. Oh, really? Congratulations on your first outstation assignment. Shweta beamed. I wanted to tell her that it was just an audit assignment, that there was nothing ecstatic about it, that I hadn't earned any award, that she had to congratulate me, and that I was at my wits' end, and if she as much as edged a little closer, she would hear my heart thumping in my chest. However, I just smiled blandly. Thank you. So there's another story I would like to read from, and it's very close to my heart. The title of the story is Moti. I've read an excerpt from this earlier as well. It's about the strays, the dogs and the cats that we find in every colony. This is the story of a stray dog and the protagonist's love for the dog. The protagonist has just been transferred to a new city and hence a new colony, and he shares his experiences that have remained the same in spite of a change of place. The story is my favorite of all the stories the book has. It stands out as special because of the affection I hold for ferals, pets, or for that matter, animals in general. I had to write one of this, and so I did. I will read out a few excerpts from the story that might bring out the emotions one of my kind feels. After all, they are animals, instinctive and innocent. Yes, I'm animal lover. I love everything about them. I see the innocence in their eyes, which otherwise most of us fail to do. For the colony people, this was beyond reason, a nuisance. They only ever eyed the stray dogs in the colony with contempt and disgust. Therefore, looking into the eyes of one of these dogs and gauging innocence there, according to them, this could only be counted as stupidity, a waste of time. The very first day that we visited the colony, I noted that, unlike Kolkata, our hometown, where in each house it is a matter of pride to pet, love, and nurture ferals, cats mostly, as if these animals were one of their family members, the homely colony had only but a handful of dogs. Cats were nowhere in sight. And it had not felt strange to me that people so abhorred these dogs, except a couple who would feed them religiously. Whether it was out of pity or love, I wouldn't know. I have had such bitter experiences almost everywhere I have been. With due respect to everyone's sentiments, because they are all elderly people, they hold their own theory of wisdom, they talk with experience, and they have their own set of likes and dislikes. I see no harm in acknowledging the presence of these creatures around us and accepting them as one with our environment. They are a part of our ecosystem and as essential for us as we are for them. Thank you. Let alone the scientific reason for once, as a layman will not understand that. I don't myself understand science completely either, but I fail to understand why people can't show even slight compassion for them, if not love, so we can all coexist happily. And then the protagonist tries to express his love for the one dog whose name is Modi, and he is one of his favorites. And then there was Modi, the pearl of my heart. Actually, his name had drawn source from the beady eyes, jet black in color, that would invariably beam whenever he saw me. I'm not sure if he held such affection and ecstasy for anyone else in the colony, but I knew he loved me. He was an enormously large dog. His black coat, which shined each day with renewed energy, never failed to amaze me. How can someone roaming the streets look as neat as a pet and so regal? I would ask Nilima, my wife, very often. Nature's beauty is indeed a mystery, I would say. She would smile in acknowledgement. She knew exactly how I felt for these furry beauties. Thank you.
I just wanted to ask, how many stories are there in this book?
So there are 10 stories in total.
10 stories.
Yes.
And these are small stories, short stories.
These are all short stories.
And it's all about your experiences.
Not all. They are fiction, of course, but I think fiction draws inspiration from something that has always happened. So, yeah, not all, but yeah, 5 to 6 stories are like my experiences. That's my love for ferals, I would say. I just created a dog out of it. Thank you.
But all these three stories, whatever you have shared now, are more of your reflection.
Yes, they are. They are. I picked and read those paragraphs, which are personal.
Rakesh ji?
Few lines from your stories which have touched you. First was the innocence in the eyes of the animals. We don't see innocence in the eyes of human beings. Now you're talking of innocence in the eyes of the animal, that is great. Second thing you have said is they are part of our ecosystem. So they are important for us as we are important for them. That's a beautiful thought for coexistence. And thirdly, the compassion for the animals. That is very nice. Very well written story. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Preeti?
So I just wanted to know, what is your favorite genre as a reader?
I like romantic stories, but then I'm a fan of thriller as well.
And anything upcoming work what you are writing about short stories only, or you want to write some?
No, I'll write it.
No.
I started with short stories, and in fact, I started with my writing journey like almost 4 years back. But then started with a novel, couldn't complete it because you need time out of your schedule and you have to squeeze time out. So I couldn't do that. I wrote half the book. It's still there, and I will finish it. But then I could manage short stories. Thank you.
Ayushi,
Sir, outstanding. As I am not a reader, not even writer, but outstanding. Thank you so much.
maybe Shweta.
I know all her stories, so I was the first one to read it.
Mostly read.
So I like it. I'm really proud of her.
Don't be biased.
No, I am. Really proud.
Okay, Anant.
I guess she has a talent to put anything into words. And I've seen actually before in one of all of the groups, right, when she comes in the morning to me and says, "Aaj main kya prepare karu?" Then I'll have to, and then she'll say that, "Aaj main kuch nahi kar paungi." And then she ends up writing something that happens like in a couple of hours. And that is a very, I guess, one of the talents that she has. And she has been doing it, I mean, almost 1.5 years. I've been pushing her to do much more when I know she will do that. And I guess this book is something that she always wanted to do. And I guess, as people say, right, the time has to be right. And I guess this was her time. And I know she's enjoying it a lot. So
Yes, I am. I'm blessed and very grateful. Thank you.
Rohit, you want to say something?
So, I mean, how did you manage your corporate life and indulging into your, this is like burning inside you that you have to do something else. What was the trigger point that actually you translated, making it happen?
I was trying since many years, I would say. And I would say this wouldn't let me sleep. Had I not written, I wouldn't have slept comfortably. And when the book got printed and published, and my publisher called me that, okay, it's going for printing now, I thought that I would sleep once the things are done. I would be comfortable, but no, it didn't still let me sleep because this is a great achievement, I would say. Trying since a lot of like trying for more than 4 to 5 years now, and then finally getting it in your hands. Someone calling you and telling that it's gone for printing now. I think it's a great thing.
Yes, commend.
Yes.
इसी ड्रीम्स पे डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम का एक कोटेशन बताना चाहता हूँ, मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ कि सपने वो नहीं होते जो हम नींद में देखते हैं, सपने वो होते हैं जो हमें सोने नहीं।
क्या बात है, क्या बात।
और मुझे किसी ने बोला था कि जब आपकी बुक आ जाएगी, जब हो जाएगा सब कुछ, that day you'll be at peace. But मुझे ऐसा लगा नहीं because it was another excitement that God instilled within me. So yeah, it's all great.
And the design is really good. The design of it is amazing.
Thank you.
I think you designed this or?
No, I didn't design. But this cover itself took more than 2 months. Like almost to and fro between me and my publisher. My sister suggested many things. The title was under deliberations, like we thought on the title as well for a long time because it's a collection of short stories. When it's a novel, you know the plot, there's just one plot. So you would know the title easily. But when it's a short story, you have to click and select what brings out the essence of the book. Thank you. Shall I continue?
Yeah, please carry on.
Okay, another story which I would like to read about is The Mango Thief. What I read will not even convey 2% of what the story is all about, but then it's one of beautiful excerpts that I have selected. So this is a light banter or a conversation in layman terms between a mother and her son. This excerpt, of course, wouldn't give away anything about the exact plot of the story, and it's very different, sorry for that. However, it's one of the good reads from this collection. Tanmay, you're quite of age now. Mrs. Banerjee teased her son lovingly over the phone. Ma, you state my age as if I'm old. I have only just turned 21 this past spring. I have all the time in the world. Tanmay pulled his mother's leg in return. Son, at your age, your Baba and I had you and your sister in our arms. So don't teach your mother the theory of time. Our theories are well grounded. Time goes by in a blink. Ma, please, I'm in no mind to get married this soon and neither in the near future. I have a career to establish and an occupation to flourish. Tanmay sounded resolute. Oh, Ma Durga, see how mature my son sounds and how responsible he has become. Even more perfect to flourish a family now. Please, include this too on your list of businesses. Mrs. Banerjee giggled at the other side. Tanmay rolled his eyes at his mother's raillery. Knowing this to be a long-winded conversation with his mother from every time it started, and which happened very often nowadays, he decided to put a pause to it for the moment. Ma, I will have to go now. My friends are waiting. You know that today is our last day of college. I'll read one further excerpt from the same story and try to bring to the fore a day from the past which I believe almost everybody here will be able to recollect once from their life, the last day at our college campus. Let's see if I'm able to recreate that day at all and for how many of us. Tanmay hung up with mixed emotions. First, the happy one, as he will return to his hometown tomorrow after completing his graduate degree from one of the most prestigious colleges in Kolkata, the City of Joy. Second, and the sad one, that he must leave his friends behind. He had shared a good 3 years in college with them, and a few of his friends were more like brothers to him now. The sad emotion took over the happy one as he realized how precious this last day was. Tomorrow morning, he will be leaving his college forever, only to return on occasions when invited as an alumnus, if at all. He will miss everything about this place, the college playground, the library, the music room, his professors, the group studies, and the light banter with the girls. But above all, he will miss his dear friends. The fact that he might not be able to meet them again felt queer. 3 years just went by in a jiffy. He didn't even know when it was time to part ways with them. Friends who shared everything that was yours and theirs. Your hostel room, the books, your towel and soap, homemade sweets and pickles that your family sent, the anxieties and exam terror, and all secret of secrets. They spoil you to bits and then they leave you one fine morning with your onward journey and your struggles with the fresh graduate to making a career, a household, and to everything that is expected from you as a mature member of society. At the same time, they move on to experience similar transitionary stages of their lives. Tomorrow, when he leaves for his hometown, a part of him will remain behind on the college campus. Dewy-eyed, he left for the auditorium where a group of freshmen had organized a party to bid farewell to the proud grad students. The next morning, the college campus flooded with the graduated cohort. Groups of girls could be seen hugging each other and sobbing. The boys couldn't hide their tears either. Parents, who had come to pick up their children, waited silently as their sons and daughters bid adieu to their teachers and friends. The parents, too, must be reminiscing their college days and forgotten friends from the past. Such is life, always on the move, like water, like the wind, and like the time by the clock. Thank you.
Everyone was in their college.
There's another story I would like to read a little on, and the title of the story is An Alcoholic. The protagonist of the story is Raghu. Raghu sat on the rough bar stool, forlorn. He couldn't bear to look up. The bar was full of smoke and sneers. Multiple eyes bore into him, making him jittery. They waited for him to look up just so they could mock him to his face and make him a fine source of their amusement. And why would they not? They were all strangers, all people, and people laughed at other people's miseries. People derived pleasure from other people's pain. This wasn't the first time Rama had found the way to the bar. Rama is Raghu's wife. This wasn't the first time that she had caught him drinking. This wasn't the first time either when she had abused him, had called him an impervious tippler in front of several other tipplers. However, this time she had sworn that she would leave him forever to his own devices and for good. She would take the children with her and he would never see them again. It was not her fault. Rama had always been a good wife, hard-working and tenacious. Raghu and Rama had been married for 11 years. They had two beautiful children, the older one a girl, Sita, who would turn 9 next month, and the younger one, a boy, Hari, who was just over a year old. If this was so, and it was a happy family, then what had gone wrong with Raghu? Everything went fine until one fateful day when it hit the morning newspapers that the company management was involved in a scam. They had very craftily swindled the investors of their investment and diverted the funds to another company that had eventually gone bankrupt. All nefarious activities being proved and the management found guilty, the company was sealed that very morning. So it was just an instance that hit Raghu's life. The company where he was working was shut, and since he wasn't educated, he was just a peon employed in one of the coal factories, his world turned upside down. Rest the story would follow because he falls into the trap of alcoholism, and if you read the story, you will know what happens next. Yeah, this was just an excerpt. Thank you. Okay, I'll wind up with the last story. And the story is not about humans, it's about a lamb. Rather, you can call sheep or a ram, whatever you like. And the title of the story is The Valiant Winsome Woolly. This is a very interesting story about a silly lamb who is confined, of course, and stays in a barn made by his human. He's a lamb, however, he claims that he is a grown-up adult now, a ram already, and he is not meant to remain within the confines of the barn. Rather, it's his time to see the world, and that's why he plans an escape route which he would like to share with his readers. Let me share this with you in a hush-hush tone. I plan to escape from the barn tonight. The plan and the escape route are both well laid out in my mind, and this is how I'm going to orchestrate the entire plot. Tonight, when my human enters the barn to supply us with forks and legumes, the last meal for the day, I will remain hidden in the dung disposal cart. Yes, I know it will be stinking sick in there, but probably you would have heard of the popular saying, no pain, no gain. To achieve something, suffering is inevitable. But then it will only be momentary, no? Once I am out, I will be as free as a bird. Not literally, of course, I will still stay a ram, but I will be a free ram. As is the custom, the human will take the cart with him on his way back. He will then bolt the barn from the outside and park the dung cart in the corner. This he does every night because early morning each day, and sometimes even before the crack of dawn, the refuse collector would come and collect the dung. It's important that I mention here that even our dung serves as manure for fertilizing the land and is used as fuel in the form of dried cakes that are used for cooking, heating, and the production of biogas. Humans have so much to gain from us, but do they have anything at all to give us in return? Well, no grudges still, we have a big heart. But this lamb is not I would say, is not selfish. So he plans to come back and free his flock as well someday. And he writes this. I might as well come back someday later to advocate manumission. So manumission is release from slavery. Manumission amongst the flock, lest they understand and appreciate that this freedom, this unshackling is rightfully ours, and we need not seek shelter in a barn to keep ourselves employed and provided for. But that's the plan for another day. Right now, let me help myself first. Helping yourself first is not being selfish, rather, it's more sensible, responsible, and the right thing to do. How can one ever give what one doesn't own? I can only help set others free once I am free. Thank you. That was the little bit I wanted to read out from the book, but these are all excerpts. Wouldn't have made much sense. But if you read the book, you read the stories, you get to know what the essence of the stories are. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for being so patient.
We all know how demanding the jobs are nowadays, particularly the MNCs. I mean, how to take out time from the busy job
You
schedule
can come closer.
and the household responsibilities of being a homemaker. It's really credible how she has taken up time to nurture her creative skills for writing a book. That is really admirable. I really admire her for this. And the stories have a lot of emotions, thoughts, lessons, learnings. It's not just fiction. I mean, it's real time. Many of these are real time stories, and really the message behind each story, as I told earlier, also the compassion, or even the story of the lamb. And the lamb is really just not about my freedom; it's a freedom for everybody. That's a very big, good thought. So, it's a very thought-provoking stories is written, and I congratulate her for this. Thank you. My question is it available on Amazon? Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Sapna, Papa is.
Being a writer, I can understand it is really hard to write when you manage the corporate world and obviously the home and the life. So I really congratulate you for finding times to write and collect it in a book.
Thank you.
Seema?
Congratulations, Annu. I found that you have touched various different topics in your short stories. Though I'm not a very avid reader, I feel lazy while reading the story. But each one of your stories is very interesting, and I'm keen to read it further. My favorite is the first one. I will read it first. That's talking about Kaveri. Is about to get married. My daughter is 25 now. But the thought that she will be getting married one day, that every parent feels, right? But that haunts me a lot. Few days back she was here, though she doesn't have any plans to get married soon. But I told her it doesn't matter when you are going to get married, and obviously husbands are always the priority. I told her that I will be the closest person to you no matter whom you're going to get married. So that story was really heart-touching. I wanted to know which one is your favorite. Yes, I understand. Every story is fun, but which one is your favorite?
It's undisputedly it's Moti.
You have love for animals.
Thank you. Thank you.
Preeti? Just keep the mic closer.
It was really, really nice to listen to you. I think all the stories are inspired by real life and, simple life stories with complex emotions. And it was really nice listening to you and your voice and your real life experiences. And I would really love to read it myself. Looking forward to it.
Ayushi?
Thank you, Annu, for inviting us here. Thank you so much. Honored. Everybody, thank you so much. And you have really motivated me to read the book. And I will definitely start reading the book. And congratulations and outstanding and many more books to come. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you.
She is motivated to read this book or books. Starting with this book.
Congratulations, Annu, on your book. I think at least from what we heard, I've not read the book entirely, but I think from what I've heard, I can see quite a lot of you in the book. And I think it's really inspiring in terms of what you've been able to do. And I wish you all the very best and lots of love.
So anybody else who wants to come? Arvind, come.
I bring one every time.
Hi guys. So I think one great quality that Annu has, probably I don't know how many of you realize it, but she's also a great observer. So in order to write well, you need to observe the world very well. And she does that with aplomb. Okay, I mean, any kind of a situation, wherever we are, she'll notice a lot of small things that are around us. Which are very subtle in nature, which are not out there, but still she will be able to grab it. And I think that has really probably helped her to become the writer now she is. And I wish you all the best to write a lot more. I think also, very luckily for you, there are a lot of characters around you in general in life as well. Right? A lot of people to observe things from. And hope, that will probably help you in your writing journey as well. So yeah, all the best and yeah, have fun.
Thank you.
So anybody else who wants to come? Please come. ले आओ उसको भी ले आओ साथ में. No worries.
इसको लेके आ जाओ.
Please.
Oh, he's busy with the
Okay.
water bottle.
Oh, then it's fine.
Hi everyone. So I want to first of all congratulate Annu, and I might be wrong, but she's I think the first published writer in our family. So I'm very proud of the fact, and she's surely an inspiration for all the younger kids in our family and young readers like my own son. So very proud of her and so happy to be a part of this event. Congratulations.
So anyone else who wants to come? Kamal ji, please. आ जाओ please. So he is Anu's father, Mr. Kamal Arora. आप बोलोगे?
मैं इंग्लिश तो बोलना नहीं जानता.
कोई बात नहीं. पंजाबी भी समझते हैं हम लोग.
पंजाबी बोलेंगे तो फिर तो बांग्ला हो जाएगा.
फैशन वाले बांग्ला भी बहुत अच्छा.
थोड़ा अनु के नजदीक आ जाओ. अनु के नजदीक आ जाओ. या अनु आप नजदीक आ जाओ.
आप लोगों ने मुझे को बोलने के लिए चांस दिया, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. ये हमारी बिटिया है, इसने मेरा सम्मान बढ़ाया है, क्योंकि कभी बच्चे सम्मान बढ़ाते हैं, कभी माँ बाप सम्मान बढ़ाते हैं. तो मैं और ज़्यादा नहीं बोलूँगा, ये बढ़ते रहें, आराम से इनको पढ़ते रहें, सुनते रहें, यही बड़ी बात है.
क्या बात क्या बात है.
इनको आशीर्वाद दीजिए कि हम मेरा बढ़ते रहें, आराम से पढ़ते रहें.
क्या बात है. बहुत अच्छा.
पर एक मान अपनी श्रीमती जी हो तुम्हारी, क्योंकि इन्हीं की वजह से आगे इस जगह में है.
आइए आप प्लीज आ जाइए ना सामने. आइए प्लीज. अरे बोलिएगा नहीं कुछ, लेकिन साथ तो आइए कमल जी के साथ.
हम दोनों चलेंगे. ठीक है.
क्या बात.
तू पहले जाएगा फिर मैं कर दो.
है तो शर्मीली, बहुत शर्मीली है. ये होती है ये इतने विषय में बोलना तो चाहिए. बोलो.
चलो कम शिवाय एंड कार्तिक कम
So my mom doesn't need words. I have written and like I've used so many words and written down a book, but she doesn't need even a word. So like her expression would say it all. So, thank you, mom. Thank you, dad. Thank you.
Congratulations, आपने बहुत अच्छी स्टोरी लिखी और आपने थैंक यू आपने इनवाइट किया हमारे को थैंक यू
अरे आप वहीं रहो ना
I've also written the book but it's very nice the second chapter first time flyer I was reading it and I got excited when I read it thank you
wow
yeah he was very happy
so nice so anybody else who wants to mother-in-law please नहीं पहले mother-in-law को आने दीजिए सर आइए ना मिस्टर बाला प्लीज कम अरे आप दोनों साथ आइए ना
सबसे छोटा आप रह गए
हाँ मैं तो हूँ ना
मैं इसलिए उठाऊं ताकि मैं फोन अब ले लूं
एक्चुअली ये भूल जाते हैं इनको बाद में
नहीं मैं उड़ गया ना फोन लेने के लिए
आप रह गए हो
Hello. Congratulations. Thank you.
बालाजी
My blessing is always there.
Yeah.
Started writing the book.
Thank you.
सर आपकी बारी
आप आइए अरे मैं तो हूँ मैं लास्ट में मैं तो वाइंड अप करूंगा ना फिर उसके बाद खाना वाना खाएंगे कुछ उनको पहले इंस्ट्रक्शन कर दीजिए दे शुड बी रेडी
So, I mean, a lot of things good about me is because of her. You know, I have known her for the last almost 14, 15 years now. So we met in our first job, and we were good friends before, and we never know, when you fell in love. And for her, when she takes anything very seriously, I mean, she will do it no matter what. I've seen her for this book. There have been times when probably I'll bother her in the room. She'll make sure that I'm not in that room. So that has also happened. So she's that dedicated. I can never be what she is, and I know, the level of dedication and the level of effort that she put is tremendous. And I'm so proud, and every time I talk about her book with somebody, I just feel just out of this world. So I just thank her for this, and I hope she's going to throw a big party very soon after this. So just waiting.
So this is not a party?
My after party.
So he was more excited for this event than say. And we wanted everybody to come over. We invited more people, but yes, they're always last time opt-outs. But he was more excited.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Shweta.
So I've seen her also like from reading to thinking to writing, and I know her first book is out. And as she introduced me, I'm the one who always puts her on every step. So एक हो गई अब दूसरी चलती
ऐसे टारगेट मत दो अभी लेट अस रिलैक्स
कोई तो टारगेट देगा ना
नहीं ऐसे नहीं होता now she has to go for the second one
हाँ ओके
रिलैक्स नहीं होने देंगे तुम्हें
तो वाइंड अप
नहीं सर आप
So first of all, thank you so much Annu and Anand for organizing this event. Beautiful event. Thank you so much. मतलब पैशन वाले पर से we always believe in simplicity. So I was requesting her, don't make such kind of an arrangement. हम घर के अंदर आएंगे, बैठेंगे, गप-शप करेंगे, and we'll listen to you. But she said, no, we are all very excited, and Anant is excited. So she organized all this beautiful event, beautiful arrangements. Thank you so much, Anant
you.
and Annu. Or Annu has been joining Fashion Wale for more than 1.5 years, and we all know she's very soft-spoken, very sweet, very studious. She looks like a topper, front bencher, topper, है ना? लगता ही है. So amazing journey. She was quite regular with us, maybe because of health of her father. She was not able to join for a few months in between, but now she is back. And it was pleasure meeting all of you, meeting Kamal ji, father of Annu, mother-in-law Neelu ji, Balaji, sorry, mother and father Kamal and Neelu ji, and father-in-law Mr. Bala and Geeta. Such lovely people. बहुत मजा आया सबसे मिलके. Shweta, sister, Anand, and everybody who is there, cousins, sisters, everybody. I may not be knowing the names, but सबसे मिलके बहुत अच्छा लगा. And thank you so much all the Fashion Wales who are here. Especially Sapna, she has come for the first time. कल ही मिले and she is here today. देखिए. So it was a lovely session, and congratulations once again. And the book got delivered to me today itself. So I have brought it with me. I'll take her autograph.
I will take it on the later.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
You hold your mouth.
Lots of love, thank you. चलो ऐसे करते हैं.